What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Subriel Matias versus Batyrzhan Jukembayev, which is going to be a 12-rounder for the IBF Super Lightweight World Title Eliminator. And this fight is going to be Saturday, May 29th, from the Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. And this fight is going to be broadcasted on Showtime. And to get into both fighters, Subriel Matias, fighting out of Puerto Rico. He holds a record of 16 wins, 1 defeat, with all 16 wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked number 49 by BoxRec in the super lightweight division. His one lone defeat came back in February of 2020 on the Deontay Wilder vs. Tyson Fury 2 undercard, and he lost that fight to Petros Ananian via unanimous decision. And in that fight, he looked good for the first half, but then in the second half, he got gassed out of nowhere. Then he got dropped and arguably lost that second half of the fight, and including the knockdown, he lost that fight, in my opinion, via 1 point. Yes, it was very, very close and competitive, and either man could have won. But in that fight, he looked like a zombie, because after he got tired, his legs were gone. He was walking around the ring with his hands down, not throwing many punches, and he was just getting hit so many times. But he's since bounced back by getting a victory over Malik Hawkins, and in that fight, he looked tremendous. He was dancing around the ring, had his hands down. He didn't care because he knew he was the sort of better fighter there, and he was landing beautiful uppercuts, hooks on Hawkins. And Hawkins was the undefeated opponent going to that fight, and he dominated him, won every single round, dropped him, and got the 6-round stoppage. But some of Matias' other victories come over Maxim Dadashev via 11th round knockout. Rest in peace to him. He also had stoppage victories over Adrian Estrella and Fernando Saucedo. But to get into his opponent's resume, Batyrzhan Jukembayev, fighting out of Kazakhstan, now living and training in Canada. He holds a record of 18 wins, no defeats, with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked number 17 by BoxRec in the super lightweight division, and his best victories come over Ricardo Lara via knockout. He also has a knockout win over Patricio Moreno and a unanimous decision victory over Miguel Vasquez. And from what I've seen of him, he's a decent southpaw. He's fairly tricky. He had a decent amateur background. He has some decent power, decent speed, and he's overall a pretty good fighter that could definitely cause problems for some of those top guys, including Subriel Matias. In my opinion, this fight is a 50-50. Either man could win, and especially by knockout. At one point, I was thinking Jukembayev would win this fight via knockout, and at one point I was also thinking that Matias would win this fight via knockout. So relatively, I'm not sure, and I'm still not sure. But as of now, I'm edging Matias a little bit just based off of the fact that he looked great against Malik Hawkins. He didn't really show that after throwing a tremendous volume of punches that he would get too tired. And he did mention that it was an off night against Ananian, and this would really pose a question if it really was. But, yeah, as of now, I think Matias' sheer power and pressure fighting style would cause problems for Jukembayev. I believe both of these fighters are southpaws, and it's a very, very fan-friendly and tremendous fight. And I'm not really too sure if this is a final eliminator or not. That would really mean if he's fighting for a world title next. And I would love to see either man fight for a belt, because these are two very, very good and relatively, I guess you could say, top 15, maybe even top 20 fighters. I mean, as you can see, Matias is ranked 49 by BoxRec. I mean, that's not true. He's much better than that. And Jukembayev is ranked number 17, which is arguably fair. But, yeah, this fight is going to be a barn burner. I'm very excited for it. I've seen mixed predictions. Many people are predicting Jukembayev to win. Many are predicting Matias to win. And as I said before, I was originally picking Jukembayev. But as of now, I think that the first half of the fight will be really, really close before sort of Matias starts to take away with it. And even though, as I mentioned in his only defeat, he sort of got gassed in the second half, I mean, Jukembayev is a different fighter. And so is Matias in his other wins. But Matias, I definitely see stopping Jukembayev from round 6 to round 10. And I could definitely see Jukembayev getting dropped a few times, similar to how he did against Jonathan Ennis. But, yeah, Matias, he usually makes the first half of the fight fairly competitive, as that was shown against Adrian Estrella especially, who arguably was ahead going into that 5th round, but Matias was able to stop him. But Jukembayev, as I said before, he's very, very well skilled. He's a southpaw. He's got a decent jab, decent right hand, and he could definitely pose a threat. But as of now, as I said before, Matias should win this fight via stoppage from the midway point all the way up to round 10. And I could definitely see, as I said before, Jukembayev getting dropped a few times. But it will be very, very close and competitive leading up to the stoppage. But in my opinion, Matias' sheer power and speed, as well as his pressure fighting style, will be too much for Jukembayev to handle. So overall, I believe that Subriel Matias will get his 17th knockout and 17th victory, and he will most likely fight for an interim title, if not a world title next, if they give him the opportunity, considering that this is a world title eliminator. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.